Are you currently running a Facebook ads campaign for lead generation as an insurance agent or a financial professional, but it's just not working the way you want it? You're wondering, how can I fix my campaign so it starts working again? Or simply, how can I scale it so it works more or it works at a higher level? All right, so today we're going to talk about that. Just quickly, if you don't know who I am, my name is Malcolm, and I am the co-founder of the Financial Marketing Club, which is a club where we unite insurance agents that are looking to become financial marketers, that want to leverage their business and build a business that is not only serving the insurers, but actually serving them and their family, because it brings freedom and it brings abundance as a business owner and not only as a sales rep. So that's basically what we focus, and we do it through sales funnels, through digital marketing, through AI, right? So let's get right into it. If you have already a funnel, and if you're running ads, you're spending some money, you're making some money, but just not enough, what do? How can you optimize it so that it works better? Well, I see a lot of agents that are like, are confused, right? And I understand it could be daunting if you don't know how it works, because you don't know what you don't know. But today I want to simplify the process as much as possible to kind of show you that it's not that deep, right? It's just not that deep. And if you've heard of the theory of constraints, that's basically it. A sales funnel, like any other system, can be optimized by using the theory of constraints, which states that any system has usually one or a couple constraints, bottlenecks, that if you would fix, would actually make the biggest difference on the results and the throughput of such system, right? So in the case of digital marketing for insurance, what does that mean? How can we optimize it? How can we use this theory to get the results that we want, to get the business that we want, to get the revenue that we desire, to benefit our life, right? Because that's the idea. That's the promise of funnels. The promise is that you're going to get unlimited leads, unlimited appointments, unlimited deals, and you don't have to be running around chasing leads. And it's true and it's possible, and I do it myself for my own business. But if you don't know how to get there, you can get lost in the way, right? And think that digital marketing doesn't work. But of course it works, right? If it wouldn't work, we wouldn't have social media, because of course those companies are for profit. And the way they make money is via ads, right? And Facebook is one of the top companies in the world. So it must work. At some point it must work, right? You just need to figure out how. And how do you do it? Okay, well, let's talk about it. If you have to find a constraint, well, if I will have to give you a step-by-step process, I'll give you 3 steps, okay? Very simple. Let's keep it simple. Well, you have to do 3 things. First of all, you have to find a constraint, right? Then you have to validate if that's the only constraint to fix to hit your goal. And then you have to, well, fix the constraint or the constraints. Right, so how do you do that? Okay, find the constraint. We usually go top to bottom, top of funnel to bottom of funnel, okay, to find the constraints. So how does that work? Well, usually a funnel will have different conversion points. It will be the cost per 1,000 impressions, cost per lead, cost per meeting book, cost per show up, cost per acquisition, right? You could view it like that. You could view it in conversion rates, click to lead ratio, lead to meeting ratio, closing rate, right? Show up rate. The point is that you will have to find the point, the thing that is lacking right now to make the money that you want to make. Maybe it's your closing rate, maybe it's your amount of meetings in a week, maybe it's just that you don't have enough leads to call. You usually know that. That's pretty easy to know, right? The question is, how do you fix it, right? So let's say, in this particular case, that the problem is meetings. You don't have enough meetings in your week. Why? Okay, you're spending enough money, let's say, for the type of leads that you want to generate. Okay, Well, let's figure it out. Let's go top to bottom. So is the CPM in KPIs, right? Which, by the way, I'm assuming that you will know already what your unit economics are. If you don't know what that is, it's basically what are the numbers that will make work your system, that will make your system work to attain your objectives. Like so, basically, in each conversion point, you have a combination of numbers that will equate to a specific cost per acquisition that will make sense for your business. So that will be the unit economics. They could be based on industry standards, they could be based on experience, they could be based on what the competitors are doing. But you need to have those, because that's the only way of knowing if you're on KPI or if you're out of KPI. Right? But assuming you have those, if you don't have those, come join the free community that we have on Skoll. Link in the description. We can talk about it. It's totally free. And then we can move to the next step. But let's say you have those, then you go, okay, CPM is fine, cost per lead is fine. Click to lead to meeting ratio is out of whack. Okay, so the problem then is the lead to meeting ratio. How do you fix the lead to meeting ratio? But the first question will be, let's say that's step one, right? But step two will be, is that the only constraint to be fixed? Because there might be multiple constraints that you will have to fix to get to your objective. How do you figure that out? Well, what's the acceptable, what's an acceptable lead to meeting ratio? In your case, it could be 40% or 50%, right? Let's say you're at 10%. Okay, so if I bring this stat to 40%, will I hit my business goals? That's the question, because is it realistic to say, okay, all right, so if I just bring my lead to meeting ratio to 90%, I will fix my business goals. I will get my business goals, but that's not realistic. That's just not going to happen. You're not going to get 9 of 10 leads that are qualified. It's not possible, right? So it needs to be realistic. If you bring that stat to the right KPI, to the right level of performance, and it still doesn't hit, it's still not enough for you to hit your goals, okay, well, that means that there must be another constraint further in the pipeline, or that you just need to be spending more ad spend, right? It's one or the other. But let's say, which I know that a lot of insurance agents are scared of spending, right? But that only happens when you don't have a solid unit economics. When you have that, it's basically like, how much money do you want to make, then how much money you're ready to put in the system, right? But that's a story for another day. So once you have those, right, you validated that that's a constraint, you validated that if you fix that, you're gonna actually hit your goals. Awesome, then you go and fix it. So how do you fix it? Well, it depends on the constraint. There's a lot of things to be done. In this example, if the constraint is lead to meeting ratio, it could be the speed to lead, or the leads being called under 10 minutes or 5 minutes, right? Do you have a right appointment setter that's having a great conversation with leads, that is good on the phone, right? Some intangibles start to come into play at this level, right? So the charisma of the appointment setter, his ability to turn leads into hot leads and engaged leads, right? Or even it could be your system. Are your VSLs good enough to convince people to book calls with you, right? Are you educating your prospects? So many things that could be there, and that's where like experience and knowledge comes into play. But the point is that it's not that complicated. It's just like a tree of possibilities, and you just go down that route, figuring it out one step by step, and that's how you fix it. So yeah, that's basically it. Okay. Now, why am I making this video? It's because I've seen a lot of insurance agents that feel like it's so daunting, digital marketing. How do you make it work? They're trying to make it work. They know it's the future, but they maybe like end up being in analysis paralysis, because it's like they're afraid of making the move, or they're afraid of buying the program, whatever, investing in the agency, because they don't know if it's going to work because of bad experiences that they have or people had in the past and stuff like that, bad agencies, whatever. But my point with this video is let you know that it's not that complicated. It's pretty simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. What do you need to succeed then? Well, you need the right knowledge and the right team, right? Because you need the right knowledge to understand where is the constraint, but you also need the right team to fix the constraint. For example, in this example, you need to have the right appointment setter to increase the lead to meeting ratio. You don't have that person, then you know it's not gonna work. Better yet, you can get AI like we use for our clients. That will be even better, right? Because then you don't have to motivate them, you don't have to coach them. Like super easy, barely an inconvenience, right? So yeah, it's that simple. Okay, if you actually want to learn more, if you want to get that knowledge, I invite you to click on the link below in the description to get access to our free community. Totally free, 100% free, where you can access a course where we explain to you, we give you all the knowledge you need to know on how to build a funnel and leverage AI and leverage digital marketing for yourself and for your business, right? So yeah, go ahead, click the link below, and then you're gonna have access to the course. And if you actually want to talk about the unit economics or the funnel that you currently have with us, you can always ask us questions inside the community or jump on one of our calls that we have there. Ask a question live or just send a DM, whatever you like, whatever you prefer, whatever you're comfortable with, right? Like I said, it's totally free. And then if you implement that, it works. Maybe one day you want to work with us directly for your business. But anyways, I hope that you had value with this video, that you understood a little bit better how we will work to optimize a system like this. Okay, and hope to see you in the community soon. And talk to you in the next video.